designer set and get a free 9-foot umbrella. Only at the Great Escape. Do you remember me?
Sure. You and your husband were moving to another home.
This is where we moved to.
It's beautiful.
Please. Look at all the junk they left behind.
Point to what you would like to disappear, ma'am.
Well, let's start with that broken bird bath. That old swing set. And that nasty old yard furniture.
We work until midnight, 7 days a week. Just call us 90 minutes before you need us to be there.
Those broken tree limbs.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Life is lived by moving forward, seizing the open road, embracing what's ahead. It's why we created Ford Pass. Everything you need to keep forging ahead in one app, right in the palm of your hand. Only Ford Pass combines roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about earning points for flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a first service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download. At Children's Cancer Research Fund, we believe a world without childhood cancer is possible. But it takes all of us. And whether it's developing a groundbreaking treatment or helping a girl realize her dream, everyone has a role in a child's cancer journey. Just ask researcher Brandon Moriarty about his latest breakthrough, a genetic biomarker treatment.
Children's Cancer Research Fund is a great organization. They provide funding to really dig deep into the research and make more progress. We were able to start a clinical trial that's led by Emily Greengard.
The hope is that these types of therapies are going to be more effective and a lot better tolerated, a lot more safe for the patient.
People ask me how I keep a smile on my face. It's easy when you have so many great people that take care of you and support you.
To find out how you can be a part of the child's cancer journey and a part of the cure, visit childrenscancer.org, a public service message from Children's Cancer Research Fund.
WBBM and HD Chicago, WCFS-FM and HD1 Elmwood Park, Chicago.
WBBM News Time 4:57, and here are the latest Illinois lottery numbers picked midday today. The Pick 3 game, 027, Fireball 4. The Pick 4 game, 1193, Fireball again, 4. And the Lucky Day Lotto, midday, 14, 15, 22, 25, and 40. WBBM News Time 4:58, and it's time for traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's Julie Cronus.
Bound and outbound are 24 minutes. Montrose to Lake Cook. The Kennedy outbound is 30 minutes out to the airport, 51 minutes if you're coming inbound on the Kennedy from O'Hare to downtown, 30 from the junction. Eisenhower outbound to 390-34, back inbound is 44 minutes, 390 to downtown. Stevenson outbound is 25 to the Tri-State, 35 to 355. Inbound, you're heavy Harlem to Kedzie, and it's 37, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Dan Ryan is 28 minutes outbound now downtown to 95th. It's 26 minutes 95th Street into downtown. And the Bishop Ford outbound jam from the Dan Ryan to 103rd with a car fire that's still on the right shoulder. Inbound, you're slow from 130th to 103rd. Traffic is sponsored by Art Van Pure Sleep Mattress Stores, where Chicagoland buys Tempur-Pedic. Get traffic and weather together on the 8th every 10 minutes on News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Tonight, partly cloudy. Look for a low in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Very warm and humid with an afternoon thunderstorm in parts of the area. The high near 90. Right now, it's 87 degrees at 4:59.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Sports at 16 and 46. Business at 23 and 53. From the Fifth Third Bank Studios. Fifth Third means business. This is Chicago's all-news station. A radio.com station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM. WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, 3 of the Democrat women running for president speak in in Chicago.
This is Jim Goodis outside the DeSable Museum, where the South Side is celebrating LGBTQ pride.
And President Trump pays a visit to Seoul and offers to meet with Kim Jong-un while he is on the Korean Peninsula. More just ahead from CBS. WBBM Sports.
This is George Rupp in the 6th inning in Cincinnati. The Cubs lead the Reds 1-0, and in the 6th inning on the South Side, Twins over the Sox 4-1.
Partly cloudy tonight. Look for a low 65 to 70. Right now it's 87 degrees at 5 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Cunard.
I'm Sam Litzinger. President Trump plans a visit tomorrow to the heavily fortified demilitarized zone that separates North and South Korea, and he's extended an invitation on Twitter to North Korea's Kim Jong-un to join him. CBS News correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The president says he expects his DMZ encounter with Kim Jong-un to be brief.
We won't call it a summit, we'll call it a handshake.
Mr. Trump told reporters at a news conference in Osaka that Kim was very receptive to his invitation.
He follows my Twitter.
It would be the first meeting for the two men since the failed summit in Hanoi earlier this year. There have been no working level talks since, so there's little reason to believe this meeting would be anything more than a photo op. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Seoul.
Leaders of the group of 20 major economies are promising to fight climate change by cutting emissions and providing financing for sustainable development and for more innovation. BBC correspondent James Robbins says President Trump tried to block even those relatively modest goals.
He tried to peel away the Japanese hosts and get them to strip out the climate language from the final communique. That didn't work. He tried to persuade Brazil's new populist president Bolsonaro to walk away from Paris, and there have been indications of his dislike of the whole process, but he held firm. Theresa May pointed instead to the hundreds of thousands of young people she says have been urging leaders to do more.
Europe is broiling under a record-setting heat wave. Cities around the world are hosting LGBTQ events this weekend. People turned out for the 16th annual Trans March in San Francisco.
It's important for me because I believe that trans people